Box to Box Hoops Preview, hosted by Dex.
In 22nd place is the Memphis Grizzlies. Guys, this is my 25-26 season preview. Of course, brought to you by me, Dex. Before we start, Box to Box was nominated for Top Sports Content Creator in Africa on TikTok, and we would love if you guys helped us win. This is the third year we've been nominated, and I think we can bring it home. So make sure, link is in the description. Just go there, pop by, click on the link. You can vote every single day and make sure we win. Guys, I did these rankings before the season started. It's not that I'm regretting it. Whatever happens, happens. And I'm now shooting when the season has just started. So for example, the Memphis Grizzlies are currently 7th in the West with a 3-2 record. But I don't think they'll finish that high. And we'll start this recap by seeing what they did last season. So in 24-25, they finished with a 48-34 record, a 21 win improvement from their 27-55 in 23-24 season. They secured the number 8 seed, then they beat the Mavs in the play-in to make the playoffs. They finished the season off with a 14-3 record in the last 17 games to secure that 8th seed. They also started the season quite strong, 13-7 in the first 20 games, the best start since 2014-15. They led the NBA in scoring after having the league low the previous season in 23-24, which is just a crazy turnaround. Top 5 in offense and defensive rating, thanks to the core 4 of Ja, Bane, Triple J, and Zach Edey. Zach Edey was a revelation. Triple J, rim protection, defensive versatility. That is Jaren Jackson Jr., former defensive player of the year. Zach Edey also brought rim protection, just giving JJJ that role of just roaming, just being that roamer, playing that safety. Jalen Wells, Luke Kennard, Santi Aldama, Gigi Jackson, and Brandon Clark added depth to the rotation, but the firing of Taylor Jenkins just before the playoffs was just weird and a real shock. The Grizz led the league with 155 player games lost to injury. So if you add all the games lost to injury per player, added to 155, which led the league. Ja missed about 40 games. 13 of 18 players missed a combined 592 games. So they lost in the first round to Golden State 4-2. Then they decided they're going to shake up the roster a bit, and this is what they did. So in terms of players they lost, I think Desmond Bane is the big one, who was traded to Orlando. I think they got a lot for Desmond Bane, which was a good, but Orlando was more or less desperate. They needed shooters, so yeah. They got KCP and Cole Anthony from the Magic. Marvin Bagley, free agent, signed for the Washington Wizards after leaving. Jay Huff was traded to Indiana. Luke Kennard was left as a free agent to Atlanta. Lamar Stevens went overseas. I think he played for the Celtics for a bit. I always point out the Celtics players because that's my team. I more or less know. Well, clearly I'm not sure about this one. But yeah, you get the point. Additions: KCP, Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, traded for Bane. Ty Jerome, free agent, came in. Jock Londale came in, free agent. Olivier Maxence Prosper, free agent, came in from the Mavs, who I'm quite surprised they let him go, but yeah. Then players they drafted: Cedric Coward, 11th pick from Washington State, a shooting guard. Javon Small, a point guard, 48th pick from West Virginia. And Jamai Mashak, 59th pick. Resigned players: Santi Aldama, Triple J, Jaren Jackson Jr., 5-year, $240 million contract, and Cam Spencer. And that is basically everything they did in the offseason in a nutshell. And this is how they are planning to line up the predicted starting 5: Ja Morant, Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, Jalen Wells, Jaren Jackson Jr., and Zach Edey, who is out for 6 to 9 weeks. So we don't expect, obviously, they're going to start, but this is more or less how I expect them to start. Ty Jerome, covered point guard, who is also out for a few more weeks, I think 3 more weeks. Brandon Clark, I think maybe 4 more weeks. cover at power forward and center. Santi Aldama, Vince Williams, and Cedric Coward. Javon Small covers the point guard areas. John Concha, the small forward, and Gigi Jackson, who I really liked, power forward, just brought so much energy. Had one of the best interviews with Shaq on Inside the NBA last year. You should check it out. And Jock Londale just adds to the cover at the center position. My one big question for this team: can they stay afloat in the West? Basically, they already have, as I mentioned, they have really 3 major injuries. Zach Edey, who's out for up to 9 weeks from the beginning of the season, so maybe at about 7 to 8 more weeks. Ty Jerome, who's out for another 2 weeks or so. Brandon Clark, who's out for another 5 weeks or so. In a tough Western Conference, they need to find a way to just stay afloat. And before these guys come back, they are currently have a 3-2 record, 7th in the West. So not doing too badly, not too shabby. My one player to watch out for in this team, it's Ja. I feel like Ja needs to be going for the MVP soon. I feel like he's like a top 15 MVP candidate moving forward. So for me, Ja is the person to watch out for. And yeah, he has had a lot of issues, suspensions, injuries. So he just needs to get a full season under his belt. And I think, yeah, he'll be good. 24-second prediction. Depth of the center position is already under threat with Edey and Clark out already. The guard position, once everyone is fit, I feel is going to be a bit clogged. Losing Bane was really, really big. I think they feel like they're going to really struggle from their half-court offense. But they have Ja and Triple J, and we will see a really, really dope 1-2 punch from these two. But I see them finishing around 12th in the West. And yeah, that is my preview for the Memphis Grizzlies. Now we're moving on east, and it's time to bring the...
Ready for the ultimate slam dunk of content? Don't miss out on any of our NBA previews. Hit subscribe and be the MVP of your basketball knowledge game.